WWE had a stacked final Monday Night Raw before the Royal Rumble in Atlanta, Georgia. Seth Rollins, CM Punk, Jey Uso, and the returning Logan Paul talk about this weekend's Royal Rumble match, and the War Raiders defend their tag team titles against the Judgment Day. Paul Heyman is also on hand to reveal Roman Reigns as the cover star of the new WWE 2K25 game. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are in tag team action against Bianca Belair and Naomi, and Xavier Woods of the New Day takes on Rey Mysterio in his hometown. Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn go one-on-one, and WWE Champion Cody Rhodes is on Raw ahead of his ladder match with Kevin Owens at the Royal Rumble. Seth Rollins opens Monday Night Raw to talk about the Royal Rumble before Gunther interrupts him. Gunther drops some savage truths about Rollins' difficulties last year, before Logan Paul returns to Monday Night Raw to some of the loudest boos in memory. Logan Paul enters this Saturday's Royal Rumble and says he wants Gunther. Gunther says he wants Logan to win the match, so he can embarrass him at WrestleMania. CM Punk speaks to Kathy Kelly. Sami Zayn interrupts him to say he heard what he had to say last week, and reminds him only one of them has headlined WrestleMania. Karrion Kross tells Sami Zayn to pay attention and that there's a world of opportunity at his feet. War Raiders defeated the Judgment Day via War Machine. JD McDonough had an outstanding night, withstanding an exceptional amount of punishment. The New Day are shunned by Pete Dunne and Ludwig Kaiser in the backstage area. Atlanta's Xavier Woods says his family will be front row tonight. Lil Yachty and Xavier Woods' family reveal New Day sucks t-shirts in the front row as Rey Mysterio hands Woods another defeat. Jey Uso and rapper Quavo yeet to the ring, and Jey says he is going to win the Royal Rumble. Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyria declares for the Royal Rumble before American Made approach her. Ivy Nile says she's taking the IC title before the group exchange words with Alpha Academy. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez defeat Bianca Belair and Naomi, with Liv pinning Naomi after many distractions from Dirty Dom and Raquel. Rhea Ripley is interviewed. She says she doesn't care who wins the Royal Rumble, whoever steps up at WrestleMania will be brutalized. Raw's newest recruit Bayley warns Rhea she won last year's Rumble before coming face-to-face with Io Sky. There's a long, intense stare-down before Io says, "See you on Saturday." Penta confirms for the Royal Rumble in a vignette. Paul Heyman comes to the ring. Roman Reigns is confirmed for the cover of WWE 2K25, and Paul Heyman says he will win the Royal Rumble. Drew McIntyre comes to the ring and confronts Paul Heyman. Drew McIntyre tells Heyman that he needs to tell his boy that he's coming for him on Saturday. Heyman tells McIntyre that he will pass the message on to Roman Reigns. Drew says he isn't talking about Roman. He's talking about CM Punk. Drew McIntyre defeats Sami Zayn with his feet on the ropes for leverage. He then blasts Sami after the bell. Cody Rhodes hits the ring to save Sami, and after a few blows, Kevin Owens appears and hammers into Cody Rhodes. Sami accidentally hits Cody with a hell of a kick after Drew McIntyre moved out of the way for the second week running. KO congratulates Sami and leaves. Cody Rhodes starts to speak and is interrupted by CM Punk. CM Punk spells out the pitfalls of being a champion to Cody Rhodes and warns that he is waiting for him at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes wants CM Punk to win the Royal Rumble so he can wake up at WrestleMania and know the best in the world isn't the best in the world anymore. Inside the first 25 minutes of this week's Raw, all manner of extra narrative was added to the Royal Rumble. Sami Zayn put a target on CM Punk's back. Logan Paul declared for Saturday's Rumble. Gunther has learned the ability to hurt his opponents with his words as much as his chops. When he tells Seth he's been whining and complaining, it didn't leave a mark, but when he says Rollins has been too busy with soap opera drama this year, it visibly landed. Punk was a central all night with Seth Rollins, obviously, Drew McIntyre, obviously, and a surprise outburst from Sami Zayn. Some of WWE's biggest names are all conspiring against CM Punk in a great subplot going into the Rumble this Saturday, and it all set up the final segment of the night perfectly. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez gave the ladies of WWE a taste of what's to come this Saturday. Rodriguez and Dirty Dom won the match for Liv Morgan, and that will be the former WWE Champion's exact plan for the Royal Rumble match in Indianapolis. Morgan is willing to do whatever it takes to win, and her cronies are more than willing to join her. In a company where it takes so many words to get people's attention, Bayley and Io Sky's encounter on Raw was electric without having to do anything remotely physical. The former hugger being kicked out of her own group with damage control was one of the best women's stories of recent times. When faced with one another in total silence, Io's "See you on Saturday" to Bayley was captivating. For words were all it took to breathe fresh life into this bitter feud. This was a Raw that had so much of its narrative running through CM Punk. Drew McIntyre suggesting Heyman's true loyalties lie with Punk, Sami Zayn's ire, and the continued rage of Seth Rollins are all delicious parts of this Saturday's Rumble, but Cody Rhodes and Punk's annual Royal Rumble standoff stole the show. Two confident men, firing shots and talking their truth. It came directly after Cody ate an accidental hell of a kick to add Kevin Owens and Drew McIntyre to Raw's crescendo. It was cinema, as the kids say. The twist of Punk saying that he's the wolf at Cody's door was enthralling, because he's come through every test possible in WWE so far. He won his feud with Drew, his match with Seth made the difference at War Games, and now his sights are set on Rhodes. Cody Rhodes' ability to remind Punk that he's the man and he's the real savior of modern wrestling works every time. They both have their hands full with other matters, but this is a world-class feud in the making. What an ending to Monday Night Raw. Cody Rhodes and CM Punk shared the final spotlight of the final Raw before the Royal Rumble for the second year running. It was a show that was light on in-ring action, but a night that added lots of narrative to the Royal Rumble, with Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins all gunning for Punk, and an excellent exchange between former Damage Control teammates, Io Sky and Bayley. Both tag matches were fun, and the New Day continued to circle the drain of popularity in the WWE. It's a hotly contested Royal Rumble this Saturday, and it truly is anybody's Rumble to win.